What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video here, and I want to take time and do my haul video from MCW Tribute to the Legends. Met a lot of wrestlers. They had a lot of Hall of Famers there on hand. I want to get through everything that and everybody that I met and everything that I got signed. First, this is the itinerary. They were loosely going by this. It's the lineup, tribute to the legends. You can see some of the wrestlers and stuff that were there. It was an awesome time. The best time I've ever had at a wrestling event. Here's another flyer thing they were handing out for a show next month. Joppa, Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. And the first person that we met, or actually first one that I seen, was Jim Cornette. And if you guys have never met Jim Cornette, he is a trip. Awesome, friendly guy. And he had his table set up, and he was had some DVDs and a book that he just came out with, and also 8x10s and stuff. So I ended up getting his book. It is Tuesday Night at the Gardens, Pro Wrestling in Louisville. So, and he did sign it for me. If I can find there it is. To Tim and Crystal, your friend Jim Cornette. And it also came with free DVD. So, really looking forward to checking this out. There's the King Jerry Lawler. That was the first person we met. Really awesome. Friendly guy. Telling jokes and stuff when he was meeting people and fans. Really, really approachable guy. Now the next one is this guy here. If you're a wrestling fan, you probably know who Bill Apter is. Photographer, world famous photographer, journalist, and he wrote this book. It's Wrestling Fixed. I didn't know it was broken. Met him and got one of the books there, and he dated it. 9/24. To Crystal and Tim, enjoy the book. See you at the matches, Bill Apter. Another nice guy. Really friendly. And then after we met those two, we were going around the, they had a bunch of vendors and stuff set up selling like T-shirts, and there was one selling a lot of wrestling cards and DVDs. Tons of DVDs, and then there was a guy set up selling artwork, and he was telling us a story about these posters, which I'll put a picture up of what this is. And he was saying they were set up, I think, outside of an arena in Baltimore there when WWE Raw was there, and they had left a whole box of these posters behind, just left them, and he was like giving them to fans and stuff. But the only thing they had to do was go on Facebook and like and subscribe to their page. And I'll leave a address down at the bottom if you guys want to check them out. And next up, I believe was I ended up getting a super ticket for the 10 guys ahead of time, because I knew there was 3 or 4 that I really wanted to meet. And it was just pretty much cheaper just to get all 10 than just get 4 separate ones. So, met Hillbilly Jim. Cool guy. Didn't get to talk much to him, though. Especially in those 10 wrestler lines. I mean, they split them up 5 at a time. They were rushing people really fast through. But he was cool guy, Hillbilly Jim. I asked him, I said, "You still got that golden horseshoe?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." So that was kind of neat. Then I met Nikolai Volkoff, and when I go to these things, I kind of like want to get something that's, to me, is like, I'm going to say historic, or has an historic moment, like on a DVD or something like that, or a picture or something like that. And I did have this old VHS, which has a segment on there from the original This Is Your Life. And everybody's probably seen the Mick Foley rock segment, but there actually was one before that on the old TNT show with Nikolai Volkoff. And I took this out of the case here and got him to sign at the insert. So Nikolai Volkoff. So that was neat. He was like, when was this show on? I'm like, I believe it was in the 80s. Pretty sure it was. Mid-80s. I know they have some of those episodes up on the WWE Network. So then I met Howard Finkel. I got him to sign this because he did a lot of the announcing for WWE and other events at Madison Square Garden. So I thought it'd be fitting to get him to sign the Best of Madison Square Garden Blu-ray. And he was a cool guy, smiling and just act like he was having a great time. And then we met Randy Orton's dad, Bob Orton. And he actually gave me an extra autograph, this picture. I'll get to the other autograph here in a second. But to Crystal and Tim, best wishes. I asked him, I said, yeah, you finally got that cast off, didn't you? He started laughing. It's a lot of fun meeting him. And then I got this, one of my favorite releases was a Saturday night main event release. Watched this, oh, I'd say probably 24 times already. And I did get Cowboy Bob Orton to sign the disc. And I got, well, I done had Brutus Beefcake from before when we went to an Elite event. He was there. So I'm going to try to get some more signatures on this. And then I met Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff. And he was pretty cool. I'll tell you a little bit about when we were meeting him. Bill Apter was, you know, he was going around with a microphone and like talking to fans. And he was like right across from us there when we were meeting Mr. Wonderful, and he's hollering at Paul, kind of heckling him. He's like, is that you, Mr. Wonderful? Because he had shaved off his mustache, and Paul's like, looks over at him and just flips him off, gives him the bird. Everybody's cracking up. Let's see, next up we met, we're scheduled to meet, well, Brett, the Whole Heart Foundation was supposed to have originally been scheduled to be there, but at the last minute, Jim the Anvil Neidhart canceled, so they end up getting Danny Davis, which I was really only interested in getting Brett's signature and a picture with him, but whenever they were letting people in to get their pictures, they just snapped a picture with him. It was a professional picture. They had like a light thing set up and all that, and it was Brett, Jimmy Hart, and Danny Davis, and me and Crystal got our pictures taken with them, and got this signed by Bret the Hitman Hart and go. Turned out really nice. Bret was real quiet like, and like mellow and everything. Jimmy was, you know, he's like, well, how you doing, boss? And I was like, all right, it's nice to meet you guys and everything. But that was one of the ones I was looking forward to meeting, was Bret Hart. Really figurehead in WWE, and later on when he went to WCW. But just awesome. And then they were two free autographs you could get. They were giving out tickets for free autographs, and they were Angelina Love and Terry Runnels. And we first got in line for Terry Runnels. And then it stalled. I believe it was. She had to go to the restroom. And while we were sitting there, Jim Ross came walking in. And I was like, Crystal, we need to get in his line before his line starts getting filled up. So we were like 2 or 3 people back in his line and end up getting this, my favorite WrestleMania, signed by Jim Ross. And I want to get this other side maybe one day if I'm lucky enough to meet Jerry Lawler and get him to sign it. So he was quiet too. And then we got back in, which we had to go all the way to the back again, and to meet Terry Runnels. She was very friendly. She tried to sell us some more. I mean, these are like printed off like pictures, and she had some more better quality ones that she was trying to sell. But I like these big autographs. I like how she signed it really big. Tim and Crystal. Love and best wishes, Terry Rawls. Nice autograph. But she was cool. And then we met Angelina Love, which she was right beside her. She got there later. And I originally took this to get signed. Locked down because this was when she first won the Knockouts title. And I asked her if I bought this other DVD, she would sign this too. She said, yeah. So I got Diva Diaries signed by her. And she signed on the back of this one here beside her match, Angelina Love. So she was really nice and friendly. And she just had a little baby too, and my goodness, you couldn't even tell it. She keeps herself in tip-top shape. And they were giving away the business that sponsored the free autographs were giving away T-shirts and lanyards, and we ended up getting a T-shirt apiece, and it was which Joppa is pretty much in the backyard of Baltimore. So it's Ravens colors. But nonetheless, you can't really complain about a free T-shirt. And the business was East Coast Bail Bonds. And there's the number if you ever need bonded, I guess. And then our last 5 people that we met, and I was getting tired. I'd been up all day after work that night. Up all day, but it was worth it. These were the last 5. The first one was a guy I really loved his heel work in WWF at the time. And probably at one time was, not counting Andre the Giant, was probably the biggest heel in the company. And that was Honky Tonk Man. And I just got him to sign the Saturday night's main event insert there. He's like, I'll just sign over Junkyard Dog because I don't think you have to worry about him signing it. So that's kind of funny in a way. But I asked him, I said, because he was scheduled to be in a match later on that night. I was like, you go hit somebody with guitar tonight? He's like, I hope not. He said, look at my hands and his wrists. Really, like right in here, where his hands were crooked, like from the guitar shots and everything. So I was like, man. And then the next one I think we met was Tito Santana. And one of my favorite matches is on this DVD, the infamous Tito Greg Valentine match for the Intercontinental title where Tito went back. So I got him to sign it there. Then we met Greg Valentine, and he signed it. And this happens to be when they were inducted in the Hall of Fame as well there. So that was neat. And then we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We met Coco Beware. And by this time, they were trying to get people through the line. I mean, just pushing you through there. Some of the people that were in charge were being rude with some of the fans, so he didn't want, you know, take up any time at all, hardly, because Jim Cornette was up on stage and he was doing his thing, his show, and they was just trying to get people through there so the wrestlers could leave. So I got Coco Beware. Didn't really say too much. We met him. Cool signature though. I think he's got a neat looking signature. And then the last one was Brutus Beefcake, which we've met him before, discussed on the Saturday night main event, but just cool. I think overall, just it was a blast. Couldn't ask for a better show. And then they had the wrestling later on that night, later on that evening. And I think that'll do it for the haul. I'll leave some pictures after this video you guys can check out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.